Here in the lab, what we do is we look at RNA expression. We look at the innate host response to a viral pathogen. What we do is we look at that in multiple different ways. We usually use something like microarrays or RNA-seq, a high-throughput method that we can get lots of data quickly. Over the last few years, we've really been moving towards RNA-seq, and not just simple things like mRNA-seq where we can look at expression. We do things like total RNA-seq or certain types of pull-downs like RIP-seq, or even things like looking at small RNA or 16S profiling in bacteria in the host to try to pull out more than just the gene expression. Having both the NextSeq and the MySeq in the lab is very advantageous. It allows us to choose the best instrument for this situation. The NextSeq is great for RNA-seq data. It's great for even if you want to do DNA sequencing. It's great if you need a lot of reads. The NextSeq 500 now has become our workhorse for sequencing in the lab. Almost every experiment, every funding mechanism in the lab uses the NextSeq 500 to generate data. The NextSeq allowed us to do a lot of sequencing quickly. We can get answers almost the next day from starting material, and that allows us to start with a question, get an answer not only biologically but technically as we're working on new methods and new types of library preps. What is nice is we can get data almost daily if we're ready to sequence, and that was one big change from previous sequencing chemistries where we get the same amount of data in 24 hours where it would take 3 to 7 days. The NextSeq 500 had a big impact on the lab because it is much easier to use. It is much easier for me to train someone in the lab and get them up and running in a short period of time. It is much easier for me to leave someone with simplified instructions on library prep and loading. The NextSeq 500 allows a scientist to get very high quality data without the hurdle of knowing exactly how to do all the upfront chemistry to get the machine loaded accurately. Generally, I can have someone ready to use the machine without supervision in less than a week. Illumina has really thought about the user. They've thought about how making the sequencing the easiest part. So by making the sequencing much easier for the user, it allows a faster turnaround to deal with the harder parts of the experiment on both sides of the sequencing, the preparation and the analysis. The Illumina staff has been very helpful in getting the instrument up and running and our processes in the lab. Both the cells and the field application scientists are very helpful and very responsive, as well as technical support. Illumina technical support helps you walk through any problems you may have. We tend here to do things that are not standard. We have standard pipelines and protocols in place. We have standard RNA-seq procedures, but we break the protocols. We don't make adequate libraries. We may get different cluster sizes, and they're very helpful with that. They know that their instrument and their chemistry really gets developed a lot by the user, and that's how the new ideas come about.